Hi, Theresa Byrne, Master T here. If you are interested in warming up, moving your body, getting some energy flowing, I actually need my water. I forgot. By the time you get dehydrated, by the time you get thirsty, you're most likely dehydrated, so you should water for all. All right, let's start warming up. We're just gonna take your arms back, swing back, swing back. So this is an elbow strike, which is a really nice little self-defense move if you've got somebody coming back behind you, or if you're on the dance floor and people are in your dance space. You can start throwing your elbows. Just try not to hit anybody. They'll move out of your way, I'm thinking. So back, back, side, side, back, back, side, side. And I'm moving my hips, I'm moving my lower body, warming up my shoulders. Boom, 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 boom. Back, back, side, side. Nice. Now let's do some front. You know what? This time we're going to do some palm strike. So strike across your body. I want you to cross the midline. So anytime you can cross the midline of your body, then you are giving your brain a little signal to use its whole brain self. There's a much better technical way to explain that, but it's called contralateral conditioning. And you want to make a lot of cross-body moves. We also want to go sideways and backwards. Most of the time, we spend our lives doing things that are forward. And that can be challenging because you've got all these great muscles that are good laterally and need the conditioning. All right, speaking of laterally, we're going to tap each knee. Good, so I want you to bring up a knee and tap. And again, crossing the midline, and then we're making contact. So you're contacting. Good. And that way, you're sending that brain signal. You can do your forearm if you want to. You're sending that brain signal of opposite body parts, crossing the midline. It's all so good for you. I have been teaching boxing, kickboxing, and martial arts for a long time, and it's one of the few things I've been able to stick with. I have lifted weights and I like it. I have been a runner and I was okay about it. All right, little front kicks. But martial arts, boxing, kickboxing, for some reason, it is like fitness with a purpose. I was talking about this with somebody else online, and they were saying, I miss those days when I was training, because it's not just, oh, I gotta go do this thing. You know, I gotta go run for X number of minutes. I gotta go lift this much. Those are all great things, but when you have martial arts, it's like a purpose. You watch yourself getting stronger. You watch yourself getting faster. Speaking of sideways, we're gonna go side, side. So this move, you're just picking up your foot, your heel, and going down. So it is fitness, but it's with a purpose. And you can feel yourself getting stronger, faster, and more agile. And things that used to be uncomfortable are less uncomfortable. Like, let's say you've got to pick up something heavy. Well, you've been working out, you've been moving, you've been training. That something heavy becomes less and less heavy, if that makes any sense. Also want to give a shout out to my mom, who is currently recuperating in the hospital after surgery. And she is watching some of these videos, so I love you, Mama. Get better. Be nice to the doctors and nurses. She's the kindest person you've ever met. All right, now we're gonna go one to the front, to the back. Knee to the front, knee to the back. And if you wanna make contact, you certainly can, but you don't have to. So knee, back, knee, back, knee, back. And why do we do this? Because this determines the last 10 years of our life as much as it determines how we feel now. Get ready to switch. Last time, other side, knee, back kick. So pushing it, doing high intensity intervals, and an interval is not 45 minutes all out. That is not what an interval means. An interval means up with the heart rate, down, up, down. And that's one of the reasons I think martial arts is so popular, because it's built on intervals. We kick, we punch, we do a thing, we do a drill, and then we reset. Kind of like life. 3, 2, 1, nice. Let's take those knees out to the side. So maybe there's somewhere in your life where you need either a reset or you need a push. Here's the thing, if we can create the push for ourselves, keep rotating that hip, then when life throws us that push or that curveball, we're much more resilient. What do I mean by that? I'll explain. All right, hip circles. So let's say something comes at you, my mom. We're in Florida and she has a random fall, breaks her femur. So she is pretty resilient. Switch directions. And instead of letting it be the trauma, and it is, she is much more focused on what's next. What do we do next? What's the next step? Because that's kind of how we get through it. Push side to side. My friend Rick Reynolds and I teach classes, and we have a belief that there's an extra step to grief. And that extra step is busy. Push, push. So there's anger, denial, negotiation, bargaining, sadness, you guys would know better, to acceptance. And we actually think that there's another step, and it's called busy. It's like when you got to get things done because you're stressed or you are in, life threw you something. So we're gonna, I know I'm talking and teaching, so we're gonna go jab, cross for right now, and then we're gonna add on a kick or two. So when you're doing this, I want you to think about crossing your body and reaching, cross and reach, and working your core, rotating your hips. So if you are able to put yourself into positions where you are pushing yourself, then when life pushes you, your heart rate will spike because it's natural to get stressed. 3, 2, 1. All right, now I want you to sink it and punch it fast across your body. So when we get stressed, our bodies have a response, reaction. And one of those reactions is a high heart rate. Well, if you're getting your heart rate high on its own, you're also teaching your system, I can calm it when I need to. Right? I want you to think about that for a minute. Like when stress hits you, your body has a reaction. But if you've been purposefully being able to unstress yourself, de-stress yourself, like push and then reset, push and reset, you're much less likely to have a negative impact during that time of stress. You'll be able to work through it easier. 3, 2, 1. Good. Switch sides. Jab, cross, and you are rotating. I said I'd add a kick, and I will. I promise. I will do what I said I would do. So think about it that way. Do something that slightly stresses your body out a little bit. Nothing that hurts, nothing that causes pain, but maybe it's going for, I don't know, a 10-minute walk, and for part of that walk you jog. Maybe it's lifting something heavier than you normally would. But when you do that, when you have that stress on your body that's self-created, when life stresses you out, your system sort of knows how to calm itself down a little bit better. All right, we're gonna sink it and go fast. So what I'm doing right now might be considered a stress, right? We're pushing it, we're going a little bit faster. Make sure not to lock out your arms. So this is stressing out your system a little bit, but in a good way, right? There are two kinds of stress, distress and eustress, eustress. And when it's self-created to help you grow, it's eustress. 3, 2, 1, nice. All right, switch legs again. You're gonna go jab, cross, jab, and then a front kick. 1, 2, 1, kick. 1, 2, 1, kick. 1, 2, 1, back leg kicks. 1, 2, 1, kick. 1, 2, 1, kick. Like you're kicking something off your toes. Good. Boom. Jab, cross, jab, kick. Jab, cross, jab, kick. Last one. Nice. All right, we're gonna go to the other side. Jab, cross, jab, back leg front kick. 1, 2, 1, kick. 1, 2, 1, kick. How high does that kick need to be? Yes. Just kick. Make sure you're following the proper technique. Knee comes up, you extend, and then you set your toes down. Bring it back to a knee. And that's all that matters. If you can go high, do it. If you want to keep it middle, great. If today is a low day, do that. 2. Last one. Nice. All right, I am so proud. You guys, you worked your bodies, you're working your minds, right? Anything else you need to do today, take this energy with you. Maybe you're warmed up and you're ready to like roar into your day. Go do the hard things. Go do something that you've been putting off. Because why? Energy. inner chi, energy. All right, thank you for taking the time. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest